And we're live.
And we are live. Hey guys, Nedim Ramic here. Lunch with a Lawyer, my weekly Wednesday at noon get together with all of you. Let me try to share this one on the events page, right? And we are going to be talking today to my very good friend, Elmedina Tasic. And full disclosure here, Elmedina is my wife's best friend as well, who is also an accountant, I guess. And let me see here. I want to share this on a...
Share in a group?
Yeah, is it in a group or is it in a friend's timeline? Well, we'll just share it later on with the events page, because I don't know how to do that just yet. That's a little funny, right? But anyways, so Elmedina Tasic has, we've known each other forever, it seems like, ever since
Since you've known Amela?
Yeah, ever since I started courting my wife. And so let's start with, let's talk a little bit about you, Elmedina. So let's start with a little bit further back. So let me ask you this. Where are you from in Bosnia, actually?
Jablanca. Actually, a small village, Savići.
Okay,
right
that's
outside of Jablanca.
That's Herzegovina, though, right?
Yes.
All right, so Bosnia and Herzegovina. And how old were you when you moved out of Jablanca?
12.
Okay, so what year was that?
1998, and we came straight from Jablanca to the States.
Okay, so the entire war period you were in Bosnia, so you kind of witnessed all of the horrible things that happened down there. And then you came straight to the United States in 1998, so you've been here like 20 years.
20 years.
This year, like
September, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Flew by, didn't it?
It did.
Wow. And so you came into the United States, and initially I remember you worked with my wife at BH Travel, right? As a travel consultant.
Yes.
I always thought you guys would open up your own shop and do a little selling of, plane tickets, but I guess you guys decided to go in accounting.
It went online, kind of.
Yeah, that's true too.
That industry.
That is true too. And so let me ask you this: where did you go to school at? Like, so how did your academic career here in the United States progress?
So I went to inner city schools when I got here, and then upon graduation, I went to UMSL, University of Missouri. I did my undergraduate and graduate degrees there.
Okay. How did you like the, the city school system?
It was different. Did not like it.
Okay. Your parents still live in the city, correct?
Yes.
You just recently purchased your own condo.
I did.
Out here in the county. What's your agent?
Does it matter?
It really doesn't. Just wondering. And so, how do you like in your area?
I love it. I'm in
work?
Shrewsbury. Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's
about 20-something minute drive to work, so it's really nice.
And just for our viewers, if anybody's got any questions for Elmedina, please do not hesitate to shoot us a message, text us,
ask
on
live.
Here. Ask live on here, and we'll try to answer them. But I did have a few questions prepared for you when it comes to your profession. So tell me a little bit about where do you currently work?
So I work for Milhouse & Neal, and Milhouse & Neal is a public accounting firm out in Maryland Heights. There are about 15 to 18 of us there, depending on the type of year. So we usually hire interns during tax season to help us with the workload.
My wife used to be with you guys as well.
Yes, she did her internship there.
That's pretty cool. I kind of like that place. I was there, like, picking her up a couple of times, so it was kind of cool. But
we do have a nice office.
It is a nice office. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It is a nice area, nice office. You guys do a wonderful job. So when it comes to Milhouse Neal, how long did you say you were with them?
10 years. It'll be 10 years this January.
So you've actually got a master's in business administration as well as a CPA.
Yes.
And so accountant, CPA, I'm gonna be the first one to admit I don't know what the difference is. So do tell me a little bit about the difference between an accountant and the CPA.
So I'm an accountant, but not every accountant is a CPA.
Okay.
So a CPA is a step up. You can think of it that way. After I completed my master's degree, there were a series of exams that I had to take with the state board in order to become a certified public accountant. So the board gives you 18 months to pass 4 exams. They're about 16 hours long in total. And once I completed those exams, once I passed them and I did my experience requirement, I became a certified public accountant.
But it's a pretty difficult test, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It has a 50% failing rate.
Ooh, that's scary. And how many parts are there?
4 parts.
And you can't just go in there on day one and take all 4 parts and be done with it, can you? Because it's so expensive.
No, because it's about 16 hours long. Yes, yeah. So you have to schedule each part and go at different times to take each part.
And when it comes to that test and becoming a CPA, you're actually becoming familiar with the tax laws of the United
tax
States,
law,
right?
audit, business, a lot of different things.
Wow.
Are tested on there, as well as financial reporting.
Wow. And so why did you choose to become an accountant? Like, how did that happen?
I don't know.
It's a valid question, isn't it? I mean, a lot of people ask me, like, how did you choose to become a lawyer? Well, how did you choose to become an accountant?
It's a great question, actually. So I was always good with numbers. I was great at problem solving. And one of my professors actually pulled me aside once and said, hey, you're the opposite of all my students. You don't do well in multiple choice, but you solve all the word problems. So that was always one of my strengths. And I majored in accounting. Honestly, I had no idea what I was getting into. Once I got out into the real world, I interned with Milhouse and Neal, and that's when I fell in love with the profession. Truly, I enjoy what I do. I love helping my clients. I love helping them achieve their goals and get from one point to the next point, whether it's through minimizing their tax liability or helping them increase their profits. There are many days when I go home and I'm like, wow, I really helped that person.
That's impressive.
It gives you satisfaction. I'm sure you have the same feeling.
Yeah, occasionally. But what would you advise our young professionals that are in their last years of high school, early college years, that are thinking about going into the accounting profession? Like, what would be a good piece of advice for them?
I think it's a great profession. The job outlook is great. It's also amazing for women. I say don't be afraid of the CPA exam. Take it, fail it, take it again. Chances are you're going to fail it on the first try. If you pass on the first try, great. But keep taking it. Don't quit. Don't give up. It really is a great profession to be in.
Mm-hmm. There's Eldin College. Thank you, Eldin. Always
Hi,
great
Eldin.
to hear, some good feedback here. And so you just mentioned that you help, people, business owners save money on taxes, do good things. How exactly do you do that? Give us a sample example, I guess. Simple example. That's what I was trying to say. An
example? Okay, yeah. I can give you a lot of examples. So one of my clients, who became a client last year, actually, was a referral from a business consultant. Mm-hmm. And this business consultant was working with them on helping them work through some issues that they were having, and asked them, hey, how's your relationship with your CPA? And they didn't really have one. They would, at the end of the year or in April, they would go to their CPA and say, hey, here are my books, file my taxes, please. Mm-hmm. And that's not how we work. So as soon as they came in at our initial meeting, we looked at their business structure. Okay. So are they structured properly? Mm. And they were not. From a tax perspective, they were not. There are a lot of savings opportunities there. And we asked them if they had a relationship with an attorney, which they didn't. So then we connected them with one of the attorneys that we work with. And the attorney, along with us, worked to get them a business structure that protected them legally, but at the same time gave them the best tax advantages. And for this particular client, they were making a lot of money. We saved them tens of thousands of dollars just by restructuring them. I swear, nothing else changed about their business. Absolutely nothing else. They continued functioning the same. They functioned under the same name. We just restructured them.
Wow. So just one little tweak and saved tens of thousands of dollars. And that really means a lot.
It really does.
And then that's just the first step, and obviously you did other things throughout that relationship that has helped them probably a lot and saved them money.
No, absolutely. So what we try to do is work with our clients on a continuing basis. So when you work with your client in April, everything has already happened. There are no planning opportunities there. So we try to either connect with them on a quarterly basis or at least at a very minimum this time of year. Where do you stand? What are your profits this far? Where are they going to be at the end of the year? And what can we do from a tax perspective, from a planning perspective, to minimize your tax liability?
So kind of like holding hands for busy business owners, professionals that don't really give a lot of thought about their finances until April. And if they actually did give it a few, seconds of thought, they would probably save a lot of money. And that's where you guys come in. You kind of slide in and you say, okay, you got to start thinking about these things if you want to save some money.
We ask questions that they probably haven't thought about before. Whether it's from a tax saving perspective or long-term planning, because a lot of people they're really good at what they do. They're really good at their business, but they're not thinking about it long-term. What's my succession plan? Who's going to take over this business once I can't work here anymore? What happens in case of an accident, God forbid? What's going to happen in that situation? Am I going to turn this business over to my kids? Am I going to sell it? What's my plan in place in case something does happen? And it's developing those plans and really building a long-term relationship with our clients, and just even helping them on a daily basis. I mean, some people all people need to be comfortable with their CPA, with their attorney, to pick up the phone and say, hey, I know how to do my everyday stuff, but I've had this transaction that's a bit unusual. What do I do here? How do I record this transaction? Or I'm thinking of making this purchase. Should I purchase it this year, or should I hold off until next year? So it's those decisions. It's really being their partner and being there for them and guiding them along, because they don't have the time, nor do they have the knowledge to be researching this on their own. And you can go and Google stuff and you'll get multiple answers on Google and waste your time.
Yeah, when it comes to Googling stuff, I'm going to stay away from that. But you're right about it, because professionals, we know, I'm a lawyer. I know how to do the law. I don't know anything about the numbers. You know what I'm saying? So that's where accountants come in to kind of guide us and help us and tell us, hey, this is the proper way to do it if you want to save on taxes and if you're going to do it legally. Saw a question where you're located. Vishal, I will go ahead and share that information at the end of the show. And if you want to shoot me a private message, I will also give you all of Elmedina's information. But while you've asked that question, Elmedina, do you want to tell them the exact address and the phone number where they can reach you at if they want to?
Yes, we are in Westport, so 40 Walden Parkway, Maryland Heights, 63043. And the number is 314-995-6900. Again, 314-995-6900. And I just want to mention that the consultation is always free. So we sit down with our clients, we go over everything, and there's really no cost to that. So the only thing you're either going to hear, hey, there are opportunities for you, you can save, you can do things better, or we're going to tell you, your accountant is doing everything they should be doing. Do you have a healthy relationship with this accountant? Do you like working with this accountant? If you do, stay where you're at. There's absolutely no pressure for you to change.
There you go, Vishal. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain if you just give Elmedina a call and sit down for a little bit and talk about finances of your business. I know you're doing really well, buddy, and I want to tell you that congratulations on the little one. Wish you all the best with that. So we're going to be moving on. I had a few more questions. So what type of clients do you usually work with? We talked about in general about businesses, but I know I think trucking companies is one of your focuses in recent times. So let's talk about that a little bit.
So we work with privately held, closely held companies, regardless of industry. So we do have some clients that are in the transportation industry. Some of the bigger clients are actually in the St. Louis Business Journal, which I'm really proud of them for it. We also work with professionals in various industries. So whether it's architectural firm, law offices, medical offices, restaurants, construction, there's really no specific industry that we specialize in. And I think that's where my training and education comes back into play, because I have 6 years of education, then the additional certification that I'm able to work with clients in various industries. There's really no accounting question that can come my way that I haven't seen in my last 10 years. And if I haven't seen it, then my bosses at my office in their last 20, 30 years, they've definitely dealt with it. And we have the great resources, great research software to look it up if it's something that we have not seen before or not dealt with another client.
So basically with the combined experience at your office, you kind of come across all areas of the business, all areas of industries. And you will most likely be able to answer the question that is.
And if we can't, it's very simple. Hey, I'm not sure what the answer is. Let me look that up for you. Let me talk to someone else in the office. And we always get back to our clients.
I like that. So is there any particular size of revenue or any particular income for that company that's required that you work with, or?
No. So we work with successful startups to companies that have revenues in millions. It's really anyone that wants to get from point A to point B and wants to do it right and wants guidance of someone. So doesn't want to go online, doesn't want to research all this. Hey, what is depreciation? How do I depreciate this? Or various other questions that they might have. Because we have great alliance partners. So if there are, even if they don't have an accounting question, if it's an HR question, if they're like, hey, we're growing, we really need to offer benefits to our staff. What can we do about that? We have great alliance partners that we can connect them with, and they can put the right things in place.
I like to hear that. So it's not just crunching numbers that most people think of when they think of accountant CPAs, but it's more of kind of guiding you in the business world when it comes to finances.
Yeah. So I like to say I'm a CPA and a business consultant.
I like that. That's a good one. I really like that one. So identify an ideal client for me. Like, what would be an ideal client that wants to go from A to B, or just does want
Well, like I said, it would be a client that wants to go from point A to point B. Someone that's maybe growing too fast and they're not sure how to handle it, or someone that has been working just fine on their own, but they know they need accounting procedures and practices in place, or they're trying to get a loan with the bank and the bank will not approve it unless they have the proper financial statements in place. So one of the other things that I forgot to mention is we work with our clients and their staff. So if we see that their accounting staff is lacking knowledge in some area that's crucial to their business, we'll point that out to the business owners and we'll offer training, whether it's training by us or classes that they can take at a local community college, just to bring them up to speed. So that way the client is getting good financial statements, good financial information on a regular basis. So they have their dashboard, so they can make their decisions on a timely basis instead of looking at it and past, okay, well, this is how I did in the last 12 months. But during those 12 months, the client did not have any information to make decisions on how to move forward.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That is very, very cool. Now, you and I are going to be meeting a business owner for lunch in a little bit. And so what would you like to say to our Bosnian American business owners that are listening today? Give them a free piece of advice that's going to save them some money, even if they don't want to sit down with you and it's free.
Well, the best way I can save them money is really to invite them to call me. Call me. It's free of charge. So like I said earlier, we can sit down, maybe an hour of your time, come to my office. I'll introduce you to a few people in our office. We work in teams. Look at how you have been doing things so far, make suggestions on how you can improve it, if there are improvements there. So really there's no quick fix for anyone. Everyone's situation is different, and it's looking at their whole business as a whole and what their challenges are and where they need to improve and what the opportunities are.
Okay. So couple questions we had on here. Ahmed was asking if you work with private businesses. Yes, obviously you do.
Private businesses are the businesses we work with. So privately held businesses, that's our focus.
And then Ahmed, we will try to get Elmedina College on the show. I've been trying to get him on here, but his in-laws were out of the country, and so he couldn't leave his dogs alone. But soon we will have him. I promise you that. So one more time, Elmedina, if you want to give your contact information to our viewers, and as I said, I will also post it on there so people can contact you directly. I know there's a link to your website at work, so they can contact you there, schedule a consultation with you, and sit down. You can save them a lot of money, I've got a feeling. And I think when you think everything is going great, that's when you want to sit down and be like, hey, okay, can I do something to make it better?
You don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's just having someone else, a second set of eyes, look at it. I mean, I really have. I've had one of our mutual friends. I met with him. He's a business owner. And I told him, hey, your stuff looks great. Are you happy with who you're working with? And he said, yes, I am. Okay, stay there.
Splendid.
And you know what? I think he sleeps easier now. He trusts his accountant more because everything is right. And there are those cases where really people needed help, and I was able to help them save money or get their company from point A to point B or get the loans they need for financing. So.
Splendid. Yeah. So again, we'll share your contact information on the page. And do you have anything to add? for the end?
So my phone number is 314-995-6900. The website is mn-cpa.com, and you can find my profile on there, and you can email me directly from there. One other thing I did want to mention, I am on the board of Civil Rights Enforcement Agency Commission. And so the reason I brought that up is I'd like to give the phone number for that for people in case they're facing any kind of discrimination, whether it's in housing or employment. There is an agency that works within St. Louis city limits and that's able to help these people. So it doesn't matter what their refugee status is, whether they're citizens or not. They can call this number if they feel like they've been a victim of discrimination, whether in housing or workplace. The number is 662, so it's 314-622-3301. So again, it's the St. Louis Civil Rights Enforcement Agency, and the number is 314-622-3301.
Oh, that is great. I knew you told me that once, but I totally forgot about it. And that is amazing because I think a lot of us, in particular in recent times, we have seen an uptick in some discrimination from certain areas of our population. I don't want to say it's extreme, but we have seen an uptick. There's no question about it. So it's good to know that there is an organization that can help you out if you encounter discrimination.
Yes, absolutely.
Anywhere, really, workplace, private life. They're there to help.
They're focused more on housing and employment. So what people need to know is that there's no charge to you. So you can call this number. You can consult with them. They have their own investigators that would handle the case on your behalf. So you have nothing to lose by calling someone and talking to them if you feel you have been a victim of discrimination.
That's splendid. That is great to know. So want to thank everybody for being with us today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe out there. Want to thank Elmedina for being with us as well. Even though her and I are going to go to have some lunch now. And you guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to either one of us, and we'll be more than glad to answer any and all questions that you have.
Thank you for having me, Nedim.
Pleasure was all mine. Thank you, guys. See you later.